Now, the inquest into the death of former ANC President General Chief Albert Luthuli resumes today at the Pietermaritzburg High Court. The court is expected to hear critical testimony that could shed light on the possible motives the apartheid government may have had for wanting Luthuli dead. On Wednesday, the court heard that Luthuli was repeatedly harassed by members of the apartheid-era special branch in the lead-up to his death in July 1967. Now, this inquest was reopened following new evidence suggesting that the initial ruling, which had declared his death an accident, may have been the result of a predetermined process which lacked proper scrutiny. Qaanitah Hunter is following those developments and joins us live now from Pietermaritzburg. Qaanitah, this is a story that is bound to continue for quite some time then. What do you anticipate to hear then today?
Well, today the court will continue this testimony about the life of Chief Albert Luthuli before that day, the 21st of July, 1967. Now, the state's evidence has been broadly divided into three parts. The first is understanding what the inquest that was held in 1967 found and trying to disprove it. It did so by submitting to this court a circular that was found in the National Archives from the magistrate C.I. Boswell, who seemed to have predetermined the outcome of that inquiry. So the first is to disprove that finding. The second is to build a case as to why would the apartheid state want Chief Albert Luthuli dead? And then thirdly, how they covered up that death. And so a lot of evidence was heard this week around the inconsistencies in in the wounds, for example. And yesterday we heard this very heart-wrenching evidence by his daughter-in-law, Wilhelmina, painting a picture of what happened that day he died and painting a picture of how helpless he was after he had been taken to hospital with a wound protruding from his head as he tried to speak but was unable to, surrounded by family, as he slipped away from this earth and died. And so now, moving forward, I think what the state is going to present to this court is that his death was not as sudden as that inquest in 1967 painted it to be, and that it was consistent with the harassment he faced on a daily basis. He was not allowed to meet more than one person. Every time there was visitors at his home in Stanger, the apartheid security branch would be present and parked outside. His daughter-in-law saying that they even got to know who some of those officers were, who were even present during his funeral. They said that, it was possible that they were present in the funeral to make sure that what they sought to achieve was in fact successful. So a really disturbing picture painted from 57 years ago, lest we forget the brutality of the apartheid regime and the tactics that were employed at the time to silence anyone critical of the government of the day.